you doing?
I'm just coming in the library.
You're not coming in here and filming people that don't want to be filmed.
Is this a public place?
It is a public place, and I'm not telling you that you cannot utilize a public facility, but you just made a patron very uncomfortable by filming them, and they didn't.
So feelings don't trump rights. If I can,
oh
it's public place.
I'm not even getting into this.
Okay, so are you refusing me access here?
No, I'm not refusing you access, but what I'm trying to explain to you is we are not. We do not have we have a policy where you're not going to be messing with patrons.
No one's messing with anyone.
Well,
did you see me speak to that gentleman?
I do not.
Let me tell you a secret. That gentleman's with me. We wanted to gauge your reaction.
I'm not having this conversation with you and your phone and your filming.
Have a good day.
I'm not done.
You'll see the way that they change. Now, we've already told the library woman that no name's actually with us, okay? So, here comes the police officer right now, and he's going to try and explain to us what's going on. Parking in a no parking zone. There's plenty of other spaces to park, but right here seems to be the best place.
This gentleman came up to the desk and said that this individual right here was filming him and he did not want to be filmed. We asked what was going on. They don't know each other.
These two gentlemen are together.
All I'm going to say is this gentleman I've asked him repeatedly not to do what he's doing right now in the library. And he yelled at me. A couple other different things.
Yeah, so she's not lying. So he's with us. Now we went into a public place to conduct filming, and what he'll do is he'll say, "Oh, can you ask him to stop filming me?" And at that point, she refuses me access to the building, tells me it's illegal to film, and all that other stuff. We do this stuff to bring awareness that there's nothing wrong with this. And as to make it a point, I'm now going to go back inside and continue to film. Her sole issue is that I was filming, and she actually tried to bar access to the building.
I was trying to have a conversation with him.
But I don't have to answer your questions because I'm conducting a constitutionally protected activity. It's a violation of my civil rights for me to, violate my Fifth Amendment right to have to tell you what I'm doing because I'm conducting a constitutionally protected activity.
You're the librarian.
I'm in.
Do you not want him here?
He is making my staff very uncomfortable. I would really...
You can't solicit a trespass from her either. She has to take a trespass on her own. It's illegal for you to solicit one. That's number one. And number two, because I'm filming, you can't solicit a trespass because I'm practicing my First Amendment right either.
She doesn't want you in there.
This is Patron v. City of St. Petersburg, Florida. You can't trespass.
I'm talking now. I ain't talking to you.
I'm talking to you.
He's reciting.
He's
reciting case law. We actually just, you know who we told we were coming here? Said it's absolutely fine.
You're major.
You're a major.
You're a major.
It has to be a reason other than we're. It has to.
Go get him.
You want to go get?
No, you stay here. We'll back up. So you have to actually cite a reason that's not a constitutionally protected activity. Like the First Amendment, us conducting that's not a reason for you to solicit a trespass. And there's case law stating that as a public official, you can't solicit a trespass. And I can't be trespassed until I'm serviced the notice. So let me ask you a question, officer. Us filming is not, actually, I'll speak to the supervisor because you're an idiot. I said you're an idiot.
Call me an idiot.
Yes, that's my freedom of speech to do so. I feel that you're an idiot right now. Because you should have access to case law. You swore an oath to the Constitution.
You need to go.
So you're trespassing me from a public place.
They don't want you here.
Okay, but you, first of all, you can't. You can't.
I don't care what.
City of Morales v. Chicago. You can't do this.
They don't want you here.
So, Sergeant, we can be trespassed from a public place for conducting a constitutionally protected act.
Yes.
How so? She never said we're causing a disturbance. She said us filming made them uncomfortable.
That's what she said.
It's a disturbance.
So us filming is a disturbance
You're causing a disturbance right now.
by filming.
Yes.
Okay, so you've just said on video. No, not a rise. We didn't give you a problem in your police department, but you need to honor your oath. That's what you need to do.
Okay, thanks.
Filming is no. But listen.
See you.
I've met a lot of bad cops.
Okay.
And I get
Good.
quite a few of them fired.
All right. Well,
You are probably the most ignorant. I mean, look at you. Like, you can tell me to leave a public place, but you can't even get on a treadmill.
You can do whatever you want to do.
The last time you saw the Constitution was when you saw your toes, officer. This is absolutely unacceptable, and you should be ashamed of yourself.
Okay, bye.
So I need to... No, absolutely not.
So why is the big officer still running off at the mouth? It's clearly a sergeant there, but the big cop has threatened an arrest and acting like he's in charge. Let's continue, but while you watch it, keep in mind accountability for all is a verbal warrior. So let's watch and learn just in case you're ever in a similar situation. Because this is an attempt to stop a citizen from doing a constitutionally protected activity.
Ashamed of yourself.
Okay, bye.
So I need to... No, absolutely not. I'm not trespassing until she serves me with the
Right now,
trespass.
you're obstructing governmental operations. You're fixing to go to jail.
Okay, so I'm obstructing government operations?
Yes, you are, because I've asked you to leave.
So you're giving me a lawful command to leave this property under penalty of arrest for filming?
The staff of the library does not want you here.
Okay, so I will wait till they serve me a trespass notice. And then I'm going to go back to the... So how can they trespass me without providing me a trespass notice?
You're going to find out.
Okay, so how does it work? They have to notify me by written statement.
They've already notified you. They don't want you here.
Okay, so they notice. So as of right now, under penalty of arrest, you're trespassing me from a public building because I'm filming. Yes? Am I accurate?
They don't want you here.
No. Because you're causing disturbance and they don't want you here.
Okay, so now we're going to go back to the police station. See Dan and Jay Hunter. I can promise you one thing. You're going on an investigation, you're going to lose your badge. Watch me live, you're about to lose your job, brother. Beautiful. And people say, like, listen, stay there, get arrested. I get arrested all the time for this shit. I'd rather take an unlawful command because that's going to cost him his job. You guys got it on film. He trespassed me for conducting a constitutionally protected activity. Let's go back. Let's go back.
It looks like Josh is heading over to the PD right now, but Josh just made a great point. There's a big difference between being scared of an arrest and leaving with the cops thinking it's okay to violate people's rights versus leaving under the threat of arrest and immediately taking action on the threat. I agree with Josh's point on this. Basically, don't get kicked off of public property, go home and edit the video. Either take the arrest or leave under the threat of arrest and go file complaints or talk to a higher ranking officer about the situation. But let's talk about what you think in the comments. Let's continue.
I have a very serious problem, okay? So right now, it's illegal to solicit a trespass. We go into for a police officer to solicit a trespass.
Jay Hunter and C. Dan.
We went into the library, okay, and she told us that we could not film the patrons. Let her know that it's a constitutionally protected activity. We weren't rude to you guys. We're just here to film.
Right.
At that point, she says, all right, well, I'm going to call the police. So I step outside, thinking you guys take you 2 seconds to get here, wait for you. Yeah. And then she comes to the door. I approach the door and say, I can't come in. She goes, well, no, you're filming. I say, so you're barring me entry because I'm practicing a constitutionally protected activity. She says, no. She lets me back in. I'm going to show you the video in a second. Okay. The whole encounter is filmed. We walk out, and this tyrant, I can promise you he's going to lose his job. You should check my track record for getting cops fired. It's wonderful. I even got a judge under my belt. Comes up to us, says, what are you guys doing? I say, practicing a constitutionally protected activity. Right. And he goes, all right, well, she doesn't want you here, so we'll just get you trespassed. So we cite the actual case law. You can't solicit a trespass. Well, she don't want you here. And I was like, well, she can't trespass me until I've been served a trespass notice, so she can come out and let me know. He goes, well, how about this? You're fixing to go to jail right now. You want to go to jail? And I said, so you're going to arrest me, clear as day, because I'm conducting a constitutionally protected activity inside of a public place. And he said yes.
Well, okay. Are you going to file a complaint?
I'm going to place him under arrest anyway. It's violating my civil rights. I'm just going to place him under citizen's arrest. So that's number one. Number two, is he accurate? He can take me to... Now, it's not up for debate. I'll show you the video.
You need to be barred by the person that's running the property.
Excellent. Okay, so she did not... Now, she hasn't come back out, given me any trespass notice. The conversation was him, and I'll show you the video. You don't want him here? And he says, why? And she says, him filming is making people uncomfortable. And I said, you can't even accept a trespass notice from a public place. Private residential is different. From a public place, because her complaint is not that I'm being disorderly. Her complaint is not that I'm harassing people. Her complaint is that I'm uncomfortable because I'm filming. You can't solicit a trespass firstly, but accept the trespass because I'm peacefully conducting a First Amendment privilege. And that's where the whole jail talk comes into play.
Okay.
So I plan on going back there until I'm served with a notice.
Okay.
So that's completely legal. He can't. So I don't know if you could let him know what's going on, but until I've been served with a trespass by the owner, and at that point, I can take up with you guys his ability, his illegible ability to solicit a trespass, because that trespass is actually invalid. I can ignore that because he solicited it.
Okay.
And this all got started because I'm filming the person that I'm with.
Right.
I just did it over the police station. We did the same exact thing with you. We weren't combative there.
No.
And now we have a huge problem. And they just happened to...
Okay.
So I'd like to have a conversation with them. So right now, we can absolutely go back to that property. I'd like you to accompany me because what's the name of that overweight tyrant that's violating people's rights today?
Us, Jay Hunter and C. Dan.
Whoever the sergeant wasn't, it was him. And now I'm in fear for my safety. So could you accompany me back over there?
Okay.
You'd be willing to do that?
Yeah.
I appreciate that, because now how quickly he was, and if you'd like to see the film, I have no problem showing that to you now.
Okay.
Okay. So I showed you the video, and now I'm going to go back there because there is no disturbance. She straight up says, I don't want him here because he's filming. Even if you have the nicest officer in the world, come up with another reason. He's giving me weird looks. I mean, even that's not a reason, but she's got a whole gray area that she can go with. The very one she cannot go with, he's making us uncomfortable because he's filming, so I want him to leave.
Yeah, but once she tells you to leave, then
That's
you've
something-
been given notice.
So here's the thing, though. He solicits the trespass. He contacts her. He says, do you want us to get them to leave? Yeah, I don't feel comfortable with them filming. So he's now solicited the trespass, which makes the trespass in itself invalid. We do this all the time. Okay. Secondly, he tells me, now, whatever she did on her own, her reasons, I will take up with town administration, library board. That's nothing to do with you guys. I understand.
Right.
But the moment that he confirms on video that he's going to arrest me because I'm filming,
No, I mean, that's not an arrestable offense. He would not.
well, he was just going to. He said it.
Well, I think he was referring to the fact that she indicated that she didn't want you there. He was talking along the
He was
lines
saying
of
right then
trespass.
because I called him an idiot, and I can't be trespassed until I'm served that notice.
Right. You're
So
correct.
could you accompany us back there and also let this, I mean, you could, whatever, right? Once he serves the trespass, at that point, you guys enforce whatever, but you can explain to him maybe, if you're willing to do it, you swore an oath to the Constitution as well, him telling me that he's fixing to arrest me, and I very clearly said on that video, very clearly, you're going to arrest me for filming in a public place. That's my constitutional right. He says, yes. And then he says, you're fixing to go to jail. It's when I called him an idiot. He didn't like it. You know, he has training, right? How many times has he called way more things than an idiot? That doesn't give him a right to flex his badge. And that's what he did on camera. My concern might be what he did off camera. So he's going to be, I'm staying here for a week just for him. But if you could please accompany me back to the library so she can hand me her illegal trespass, and then maybe let these officers know that everything that just happened was invalid until she handed me that notice.
I'll go back over there. So if she wants to
Excellent.
hand you a trespass notice,
Excellent. Because that is needed. She has to provide me trespass before I can in so be trespassed.
correct.
Excellent. Thank you. I'd appreciate that.
She can tell you verbally.
Which I understand. However, it didn't start, hey, I'm going to trespass you guys. It started with, you want us to get him out of here. So that verbal notice, null and void. I'm not going to listen to it. It doesn't exist.
Right.
When that now, if she comes out, you trespass, get away, here's a trespass notice, absolutely fine.
Okay.
But it's illegal to solicit one. So but I appreciate you doing what you're doing. You know, we didn't cause a problem over here. And you can see in the video that she's projecting her voice. And I'm just kind of like walking around. This is what we do to bring awareness to this type of stuff. And officers like him, it's bad cops like that get great cops like you guys hurt.
How do you handle though, like if you're walking in and you have patrons in the library, how do you handle the people that don't want to be filmed?
So
Like public people,
So-
just regular,
right.
ordinary citizens.
because it's a library, I will usually in on film, done it a ton of times. It's a quiet place in here. If you'd like to step out, I'm more than happy to discuss it with you. If not, I'll whisper to them or just pass them a note saying there is no expectation of privacy in public. This is a public building. Common misconception is that I need a release to film you, and if you're in public, I do not. We're not here for you. We're here for the employed staff.
Correct.
So if we could walk over there with you so we could just finish the rest of this.
I'll drive over there
Okay,
'cause
I'll meet you over there. Oh, I'm sorry. Thank you, man. Hey, listen, I appreciate it. I appreciate
I'll be
it.
over there.
Thank you.
We're just trying to bring it
So this is beautiful, guys. This is beautiful. The major, okay, guys? The major, yep. That guy can't solicit a trespass. Uh-oh. So now I'm going to go walk over there. He's going to drive over there, and we're going to figure out the rest of this. Want to let them know on FB that we're good?
The major was uncharacteristically not backing his officers. In my opinion, he's been held accountable before and understands that it's repercussions for your actions, law enforcement or not. Accountability for all handled this situation perfectly. I know it's some keyboard warriors that may disagree, but show us how you would handle yourself in this situation. Because how Josh handled this situation should be the policy for auditors after being threatened with arrest. Unfortunately, there won't be many supervisors as understanding as this major. However, it's easier to apply pressure from the free world versus in a cage. Now with that said, I was arrested before in a similar situation. If I was knowledgeable on this tactic, it may have served me well. Because once you've been arrested, you must now have a battle with the judicial system. And we all know how that can be. But great job to Josh. Make sure you support his channel. He is active out there almost every day. And shout out to No Name also. But let's finish watching this clip and we'll get into the comments of the day right after.
So we just met the major over here, so he can, if she wants to trespass us, that's something that we'll take up with their board and stuff. That's fine. We can always take it up with the city. But what those two officers just did was illegal. So as of right now, there's no trespass. And if they're closed, that means I don't have a trespass, which means I can stay here. We'll come back tomorrow. And my issue I'm going to take up is with the town administration. And I don't know, is there like someone in internal affairs that I can meet up with tomorrow to come down? And do they speak to you first? Or they rather me fill out a complaint?
They'd rather fill out the complaint.
Okay.
And we're a small department.
I understand.
So our internal affairs is essentially investigators.
Right.
So,
That's understood.
and then it goes from there.
All right. And right now, there's no trespass in place, so we're good to be here, right?
I think you're perfectly fine doing
I appreciate it. I'm trying to keep the cigarette away from you, but listen, I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. Captain, thank you. I appreciate it. You've done a great job. And as you can see, we're not trying to give anyone a hard time. We're trying to do this as peacefully as possible and take the next step, which redress our grievances.
Okay.
Thank you so much, man. Have a great day. Be safe, guys. That's the reason we stopped these scumbags today.
Wow, that's sad. All right, guys, now it's time for the comments of the day. The first comment is from Carl Logan. He says, there's no such thing as a consensual conversation with the cop. They will use your words to their advantage. Tell them you will have a consensual conversation if they remove their badge and uniform. Better yet, remain silent. Next, we have a comment from Edward Eno. He says, most public officials have to take an oath of office in which they swear to uphold the Constitution. This oath needs to be administered by someone duly authorized to administer the oath. The oath needs to be signed by the person taking the oath and the person administering it. The oath needs to be on file as public record. It has to be in effect before the person taking the oath can receive a paycheck or any reimbursement for funds they spent out of pocket. It is very important, but I think most people do not understand how important it is. You can't be paid if you don't take the oath, and you can be terminated if you fail to uphold that oath. But that's going to do it for this video. Much love to Accountability for All for his awesome work. Again, make sure you use the link in the description to go support his channel and check out his most recent videos. If you're not already, make sure you're subscribed to my channel so you won't miss the next episode. If you made it this far, thank you so much. You're the real CT3 fam, and without you, there's no CT3. Remember, if you can believe it, you can achieve it. And until next time, peace. Fam, the police.
1, 2, 3.